been doing the songwriting and artist thing back and forth for a long time and seen a lot of different trends in country music. We're now sliding out of bro country into face tattoo country. How do you songwrite to meet these trends that are mainstream, yet you still keep your style?
You know what? I just think you do what you do best. I think you just kind of have to. It's fun to write with different writers too, because they bring a different perspective to the room sometimes, and But I do love getting with new guys and seeing what they got, it's writing's different now. A lot of these guys, use a lot of the computers and they do all that stuff, and I'm terrible at that stuff. But I usually sit in front of a piano and just write songs. But it's cool. That's what I love about Nashville. There's so many different kinds of writers, different styles, and it never hurts to grab onto something new and try something different. And I think that keeps your brain working a little bit, and I could use that.
I mean, country music is storytelling, It's honesty. The subject matter is very unique to our genre, I think. Lyrics matter a lot, so I think you can be very different with the chords or the production or the structure, the cadence, all that stuff. So thankfully it's that way, Nashville's got open arms for everybody, which I love being a part of that community. So some of the crazy stuff we've tried probably scared a few people, but artists are going for it, man. So that's what keeps it challenging and keeps it fun, is trying to push the envelope a little bit, but also keeping it country. And it's just fun to be a part of that whole, all the ups and downs and wild different turns it's taken in the last several years.
I love that question. Honestly, what's happening now is more where I come from. So it's like, this is more what I love to write, what's going on today. So I'm excited about it. But, if I wasn't familiar with it, I probably would be very frustrated.
Yeah, I try not to think too much about trends and kind of get lucky. I've been lucky this last year with a couple songs that went viral and things like that, completely by accident. I feel like, I'm a country music songwriter, which means lyric is important to me. Lyrics first, obviously melody. Just stay true to the craft of Nashville songwriting, and the rest will do its job.
I think that I lost myself when I first moved to town, and it took me longer than it probably should have chasing. And I kind of figured out you're never going to be anybody else as well as they're going to be themselves, and nobody's ever going to be a you as well as you can be yourself. And so I've tried to just, be honest to who I am as a songwriter and as an artist, and make music that I'm proud of and push my own boundaries without chasing anything else. And God willing, it makes other people feel something too. So far, so good, and we're going to keep trying to do the same thing.
I've always focused more on the lyric. Even we had a bro country period, which there's always just different periods as long as I've been here, but it always comes back to traditional country in some form or fashion, and that's really happening a lot right now. You got the Zach Tops and stuff like that, but for me it's always about lyrical content and telling a story. So that's hopefully never going to change, but that's what I always shoot for.
Well, I think that naturally happens a little bit when you're honest, because as people, we're not that different. We go through the same things, and when you're honest, sometimes people relate.
Yeah, I think that probably with Shabuzi and Beyonce, it seems a lot more different than it really is. Like, I've been listening to country and following it for the last 10 years, and there's been so much influence. And for me, I always try to fill voids as a songwriter, no matter what genre I'm in. I like to see what hasn't been done here, and so.
Me being mainly a lyricist, idea guy and lyricist, I have my publisher said you got to keep me with younger people. Young girls, guys, the track people, just keep me in the room. I want to write with the guys that I've had success with, but I got to mix in the new, or then you just go away, because it is different. I mean, you have the Morgan Wallens and stuff that have such cool stuff. It's like, okay, when I hear that, I love it, but I wouldn't be able to write that by myself. But I do have ideas that I can feed to his guys, the guys that are writing that type of stuff, and I can write like that. I just need help.
I'm 41 now. It's funny, when I first moved to town, you're the young buck. And, you just kind of pay attention, and great music, great lyrics, great melodies are timeless, but it is always changing, always feels like the new guard. So in some ways I feel like maybe I'm one of the old guys now, not like the old class, but one of the older guys. So it's fun to kind of tap into some of the youth that's come up and be a part of what they're doing, and hopefully, pour in what I can contribute. But it's fun to kind of ebb and flow with the changes in country music. And I think it's good artists like Jelly Roll and Shabuzi, and we have just different, Post Malone. And so I think it's good for country music. It's fun. It adds fresh energy, and it's exciting to write different types of songs.
I think chasing trends is the wrong way to approach writing or any artistry in general. So it is interesting to see it evolve, but it's a very natural way. Like if you're writing good songs and you're telling real vulnerable stories, that's really what's going to connect with people. And then I also see an increase, audiences want to move with the song. They want to connect with it beyond just hearing it. So